Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ISPhotographic May newsletter. I'm Michael Dick.
I'm Dave Mason.
And we're going to start things off today by talking about our shiny new microphones.
What do you call these exactly? It's our logo. It's newsroom.
I would call it a mic wrap.
A mic wrap.
That sounds very official. I just quote me whenever you use that. That's a Michael Dick term.
But it is very
Mic
newsroom
wrap.
style prop. Cardboard and tape, smoke and mirrors. That's how they do it in the newsroom.
That's our job, is smoke and mirrors daily.
And we decided it's in honor of Anchorman 2 coming very shortly to theaters. Keep
We're
an eye
very
out.
excited about it. It's probably the most quoted movie in the studio.
One of.
Dave likes to do Fletch too.
Fletch, quite a bit. Well, let's clarify. Fletch also, not Fletch 2. Which is actually Fletch Lives, I think. But it is decent.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Okay, so Mike, kick us off with our first topic.
Our first topic is our shameless plug of the month, which is going to carry on with last month's the iPhone case. Doing this extended for two reasons. The first one being that our supplier have given us a discount, so we're just really passing that forward on to you. And the next reason is because of Mother's Day coming up. They have been our biggest specialty product that we've gotten. It gets a squeal from the ladies every time. An
Daily
excitement
squeal.
So yeah, we'd like to remind you that if you have had shots in the last year, that you can use those and get the special May $49 price point.
Now to clarify, a session that we did in the last year. So you don't have to do a brand new session. You can by all means. We encourage that. We like that.
Yeah.
But if we did a session for you in the last year and you need a great gift for mom for Mother's Day, call us up. 5 minutes later, you can have an iPhone 4 case on order and on its way for Mother's Day. Next topic on our list, if you look behind me, hopefully you can see there's this huge stack of items that is actually artwork. I was fortunate to be part of a project with local artist Loren Olson. She has a show coming up at the Fort Wayne Museum of Art. Name of the show, I want to make sure I get this right, is Challenging the Figure. You can learn more about it at the Fort Wayne Museum of Art website, which is fwmoa.org. Lauren's work is the human figure, a humanoid figure.
Yeah, but it's mixed media. Explain a little bit more about the lighting and how.
The drawings, I'm not sure what she draws on, but then it's mounted and it's framed, and within the framing is LED lighting.
So it's
you've
lit
got
from behind, so it like glows like a sign.
Yeah, it glows, has colored lighting, just a lot of neat elements coming together to do some very unique work. We're happy that we could be
modern.
very modern, progressive. Happy to be a part of that. Almost bought a piece of the work while we were shooting it.
It's always a danger whenever an artist comes.
Yeah, we end up buying more of people's work than we sell in our gallery space. But anyway, we're fine with that. Okay, next up, Mike.
Nearly Naked Mile was last month, and like usual, we were there covering it. It's a fun event that raises clothing donations for Lafayette Transitional Housing. Basically, how the event works is a bunch of kids show up, and then they strip down to their skivvies and donate the clothes on their back to Lafayette Transitional Housing. And then they run a mile.
Nearly naked. Nearly naked mile.
So this year they started at the Field House and ended at the Dauch Alumni Center. But it's really exciting for me when I'm out on the course and I have hundreds of nearly naked Purdue students running straight at me. I feel like Simba's dad in The Lion King a little bit. It's really scary.
That's funny. It takes me back to a Grateful Dead show. That's a whole other story.
Moving on the whole charity kick, though, just found out yesterday from Food Finders Food Bank that they not only collect food, they collect water bottles as well. So if you drink a lot of bottled water like we do here at the studio, instead of just recycling it or throwing it away, you can store it up and then donate it to Food Finders Food Bank. What they do with it is they fill it with laundry detergent. They have an old Amish recipe, so they can make a bottle of laundry detergent.
So you know it's good because it's Amish.
They can do a bottle for 3 cents, and give it out. So basically, if you're cutting pennies, rather than cut food, oftentimes it's soap and detergent and little things that go by the wayside. So it's just a really good way that you can help out, and easy. Why not just
Save your bottles.
Yeah, it's good
Give
for the
to food
environment, good
finders.
for everybody. There's really no loss. So just talk to food finders and learn more about it.
Next up, we had a viewer from last month with a topic they requested. And again, we encourage you to request topics you'd like to know more about. Just leave a comment. Their request was locations for photography and locations for portraits. And so we're going to talk about some of our favorites. The thing that all of our favorites have in common, Mike pointed this out off camera, was variety. So we like to use locations that you can shoot for an hour or two and have 3, 4, 5, 6 different looks in that location. Downtown, since our studio is downtown, we obviously work downtown quite a bit. You know, you've got museums, the library, doorways, brick paved roads, theaters, alleyways, murals. So obviously just get yourself downtown and go at it. You know, you could probably spend 2 hours between Reilly Plaza, the fountains on the west side, and then the stuff on this side of town. Another interloper as we do our segment. Just a lot of great stuff to choose from downtown. The second location, when I have to do something nature themed, I always go to Prophetstown State Park. It's just north of Lafayette, a few minutes away.
Yep.
Lots of nice tall wheat.
Dave calls it wheat. It's not really wheat.
It's probably weeds. Maybe it's grass.
I think it's called grass. It's plain grass.
You've got a barn, stables, tall wheat, trees, wide open expanses,
There's
a
even
bridge,
playground equipment.
Playground. So if you're looking for variety in this area, downtown, Prophetstown, that's where we end up quite a bit. Final location, and another theme these all have in common, I had 3 engagement sessions in the last week, and these are all locations that I used in those engagement sessions. White River State Park and White
Down in
River
Indy,
Gardens, White River Canals. Again, you can spend 2-3 hours and hit a dozen different looks down there, so lots of variety. One tip I'm going to give you besides location is how to use a location properly. Make sure you don't overemphasize a tree by putting your subject right up against the tree. Create some depth, put some space between your subject, which is the human in the photo, and the inanimate objects, easier for me to say, the inanimate objects in the background. Put some space, create some depth. And then the last thing on our sheet to talk about is the Greater Lafayette Expo. Mike, somebody stole the show. Who was that?
There was clearly 838. Didn't just have a booth, they had a whole room. And in that room, they wrapped a truck during the expo. It was all anybody was really talking about.
Yeah, it is. If you were there, you know, it was all anyone talked about. And actually, Mike, the truck they wrapped was for one of your recent clients.
Kirby Property Management recently went out and shot a lot of their properties.
So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to 838. Great job. Well done, guys. Everybody's booth looked wonderful. Lots of good information. Lots of great networking. But I have to admit, if you were there and you know it, 838 stole the show.
Yep.
So let me propose this. They threw down the gauntlet. Who is going to step up next year and rise to the challenge, right?
Yeah. The bar was raised. I think everybody's going to be pulling out the stops next year.
Yeah. You're going to have to after this.
Yeah.
Great job, 838. Thanks to all the viewers. If you have a comment or a topic that you want us to discuss next month, easy as clicking on leave a comment below and we'll get to it then.
ISPhotographic signing out.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Have a good one.